Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And in today's video I'm going to be reading through the new patch notes for patch 3.2. So I haven't read through this yet. This is my first time, so let's take a look at everything, right? So first of all, Ekko is a new champion, the boy who shattered time. I have no idea how Ekko works. I don't play League of Legends, but I'm going to be studying him because he is going to be coming out tonight. And I'm going to be studying him up until that moment, and I'm going to be making a guide for him on my YouTube channel as well. The guide is going to be coming out in like 2.5 hours from from the upload time of this video, so make sure you keep that in mind. So let's go to the next champion because I don't really have much to say about Ekko. New features, Elemental Rift. All right. So they're going to be changing the Elemental Rift. This time let's see how it's going to be this time. We're letting the elemental dragons fly into a limited game mode once again. This time we're testing a new version that will look different from the other iterations that you saw during our 3.1 patch cycle. The biggest change you'll notice is that rather than obtaining Dragon Soul, each elemental dragon's elemental effect will stack. Okay, which can put you ahead and smolders above your opponent. Once you slay your second dragon, each following dragon kill will increase the power of the dragon buffs, but so if you have 2 dragons and take the third one, all of the dragons are going to be buffed by 1.5 times. And if you then take another one, it's going to be 2 times stronger. So if you have an infernal dragon, it's going to be your first 5% bonus damage. Then if you take your third dragon, the infernal is going to be 7.5. Then it's going to be 10. It's going to get buffed over and over again. That sounds fun. The terrain will change after the first dragon is slain. Okay, so the terrain will change very fast. Individual elemental dragons will still grant their elemental effect. Infernal dragon 4% bonus damage. Ocean dragon 3% missing health regen over 5 seconds. And a mountain dragon 6% armor and magic resist. And then instead of the dragon soul, after your team slays its second dragon, the elemental effects can stack. For example, each power, So infernal dragon becomes 4%, then 6, and then 8%. And all the dragons get buffed. And the ocean dragon, from 3 to 4.5 to 6. That sounds pretty fun. And then a mountain dragon, The elder dragon will spawn at 20 minutes with a 4-minute respawn timer. Ooh, so it will just spawn at 20 minutes. It's not gonna spawn after a certain amount of dragons. It's just gonna spawn at 20 minutes. Interesting. So, the elder, because this is what's gonna happen in the future to Wild Rift, right? Like this is the future of Wild Rift. They're testing this out. I'm not sure about putting Elder Dragon exactly at 20 minutes. I guess it's fine actually. No, it's fine. It's fine, right? Like after 20 minutes, if a team takes the Elder Dragon, they can, finish the game. But if they don't finish the game after another 4 minutes, there's going to be a new Elder Dragon. Elder Dragon buff is not going to be permanent anymore, by the way. Before this version of the Elemental Rift, we'll hear a dev. Alright, sounds fun. Elemental Rift will be up to play 17th of May. Guild versus guild, I don't really care. I'm sorry guys, I'm not gonna read through it. What is this? Lever mitigation. We know just how frustrating it can be to have someone swipe up and out of your game, leaving you and your teammates at a huge disadvantage. To help with this, we're giving you the option to remake your games. When a player is AFK at the start of a game, you have the opportunity to vote to remake the match. If the vote is successful, the game will end with neither team receiving a win or a loss, and all consumables will be refunded. It'll be like it never even happened. However, the player who was AFK will receive a loss. If you're in a pre-made that involves players who are master and above, the pre-made members will also be giving losses to prevent abuse. Of course, makes sense, right? So if you're in a match and you find out you're against like super good enemies, you can't just go AFK. A teammate disconnecting midway through a game is equally frustrating and overall just sucks. To help combat with this, we'll also be rolling out lever mitigation for losses. Oh, wait a minute. Any players who leave in ranked will now be penalized more harshly on their climb. Nice. So if you go AFK in your match, you're going to be getting more LP loss. Below Diamond, you'll have more ranked fortitude deducted based on how long you were AFK. Nice. Diamond and above, you'll have more LP deducted based on how long you were AFK. Nice. That's nice. Wow. Wait a minute. That is a nice change. So this really punishes AFKs. I mean, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, people can just troll if they want to. So yeah, they should find a way to do this for people that are trolling too. But yeah, let's keep reading. Below diamond, you'll receive 20% or 50% of the ranked fortitude needed to prevent a loss based on how long your teammate was AFK for. This will also be added to any other ranked fortitude you would gain for the match. Okay, and diamond and above, you'll get back 20% or 50% of the LP you lost based on how long your teammate was AFK for. So if your teammate goes AFK, you're gonna be getting LP back. Ranked. We're also making a few adjustments to ranked fortitude dispatch to help improve your experience while climbing through the ranks. Performing well in a ranked match but still losing can be a frustrating experience. I like where this is going. So we're adding in loss mitigations for when those games happen. You'll be giving a small amount of extra ranked fortitude when you perform excellently in a game that you still lost. But ranked fortitude is only or emerald and below. We're also making some adjustments to your end of game settlements. Sometimes you'll have so much fortitude that when you lose a game, you can have a shield build, but we'll deduct your mark first and the shield. What is all this about? We'll now be calculating the fortitude you gain first. This is all emerald and below, so I don't even know what it's talking about. Oh, NASA skin, baby. Yes. Yes, Dream Raider Nasus. Oh, it's gonna be a banger skin. I can't wait to make another Nasus video because there's a new Nasus skin. Nice. What else is coming? Sandstorm Ekko, High Noon Ash. Ooh, High Noon Ash is nice. High Noon Aurelia and High Noon Thresh. Okay. Accessories, I guess. Oh, I love that 5 a.m. clock. Look at this. I love this. It's like, wow. Wait a minute. So, what else do we have? I don't care about this. Events, Ekko's arrival. Explore the streets of Zon with the Tinker. Well, I'm not a guy that cares a lot about events, but I know some of you guys do. So let's take a look at it. There's going to be 2 events for the first week and then for the second week. They're not saying much about it. We just have to see. All right, now on to the juicy stuff. Okay, so I'm first going to be guessing what happens to the champions. Akali... I think Akali is gonna get a buff. Let's take a look. Second. My hair keeps dropping out. So Akali has been underperforming across the board. So you sure can. I don't get the joke. I'm glad that I didn't get the joke. But we're here to make some adjustments and help this rogue assassin out. We're taking away some of her energy regeneration, which was previously higher than other energy users. And in return, we're giving her some more power in other parts of her kit. So she's less dependent upon playing around her enormous energy regen. We're also looking to cut down on some of the frustrating gameplay her foes face. By putting more of Akali's ultimate damage into her first dash, okay? This should reduce the amount of times Akali can execute her enemies primarily with the second dash of her ultimate after hitting another target with the first, okay? Energy regeneration is gonna go down, so it's gonna be, harder to get energy. Her first ability is gonna do more base damage. It's gonna hurt significantly more in the early game because it's a flat 5 damage buff, so in the early game it matters a lot. The energy cost goes down as well by 10. This one you're gonna feel especially in the late game, because in the late game it's gonna cost significantly less if you look at it percentage wise, okay. Her ultimate first cast does more damage. It does more flat damage. But yeah, okay, I mean I guess it does more flat damage. Yeah, sure. And then the minimum second cast damage, but they nerfed it really hard. They nerfed this really hard. They nerfed the flat damage, especially in the early game, but it skills with much less AP now. Instead of 40% AP scaling, it's now 30% AP scaling. How is this a buff? Hello? Am I seeing this wrong, or is this like a massive nerf to Akali? They're saying Akali has been underperforming, but they're nerfing her? Or maybe I'm seeing it wrong. I don't know, guys. By the way, guys, make sure you give the video a like if you enjoyed and a comment. I'm not sure about giveaways, but just put a comment. I'll see what I do. Let's continue. So, compared to our fellow mid laners, you could say that Ahri is starting to look a little scary. Okay, who wrote this? No. This is not a joke anymore. Who wrote this? You? Who wrote this? Okay, please tell me. Who wrote this? Why am I not getting this joke? So you sure can... Oh, so you sure can bet? Who wrote this? Who is making these jokes? Are you kidding me? Someone is loving their job a lot. Let me just tell you guys that. Someone is loving their job, but okay. Okay, so we're cutting away some of the free durability she gains. This will expose Ari to more risk when she goes in for those big plays. Health per level from 115 to 105, which means at level 15, she's going to be having 140 less health, which is significant, definitely. Next up we have Blitzcrank. After our recent upgrade to Overdrive, Blitzcrank hasn't been performing as well as we'd hoped. We've also noticed that Blitzcrank players feel like their attacks aren't as snappy due to the loss of attack speed on Overdrive itself. So we're giving him some of the extra mana and more knockups to work with. Mana regen is going up. This is good. This is really good. Like, this is going to give him much more mana. Mana regen per level is also going up. Okay. Attack speed per level is also going up, which is decent. This is a decent buff. Allows him to attack a little more. What? 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 A 2-second reduction on his third ability? Is Blitzcrank gonna be broken? Because if you add ability haste to this, in the late game, this is going to be a 2.5 second cooldown. What? Wait a minute. What is this all about? It was already super low. They've just reduced it by 2 more seconds? Oh god, guys. You better be prepared for Blitzcranks in your rank match. I'm going to be making a Blitzcrank video as well. This is just absurd. Wow. Galio, what is gonna happen to Galio? I think they're gonna this time they're gonna put like a hard nerf on support Galio. Let's see. Galio's Shield of Durant has been reaching full strength too quickly. I'm not sure what this means for how powerful of an effect it is. To give his opponent some more room for counterplay, we're increasing the charge time to access the full power of the spell, while also giving it some more damage in return. Oh, the second ability, Taunt duration, is still half a second to 1.5. Oh, this is good. So now charge duration needed for the effective range and the taunt duration to reach maximum. So instead of having the maximum range in 0.75 seconds, it now takes 1.25 seconds, which is quite a lot. It's quite a lot. They're also reducing the effect range. So when you instantly cast it, the range is going to be lower. But they're buffing the damage by a decent amount. And I'm saying it with a voice, but it doesn't really matter because the damage was not that much anyways. I guess they're buffing mid lane Galio, but they're nerfing support Galio. Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. Karma. Obviously, they're nerfing Karma's shield. So let's take a look. This Unlighted Ionian continues to perform well above her fellow enchanters. Yes, we know. Particularly in how much damage and disruption she's able to dish out during the mid game. I wouldn't say so. I would say more about the shielding. So we're reducing some of that power. They're reducing the damage of the first ability. It's only flat damage reduction. This doesn't really matter that much. Well, for support Karma, that matters a little bit, but it's not a huge nerf. And then the fourth ability, which is her ultimate, slows less. That's it? This is it? Really? Karma's still gonna be broken. These changes won't do anything. Like the thing that would have made Karma balanced, I can't look into the data, but from my perspective is like increasing the cooldown of her shield, the third ability, by like 1.5 or 2 seconds. That would probably make her just balanced. Morgana is, I don't know what would happen to Morgana. I don't know. Morgana nerf? Morgana has rooted herself in Dragon Lane as a popular pick. However, the Sinister Sister not only excels, but is much more powerful when played in the mid lane. We're making some adjustments so we can bring her power in both of those roles a bit closer, okay? While also trying not to disrupt her presence in the jungle. The base damage of her first ability is going up. Okay. Second ability base damage is going down. Wait, this is big. This is pretty decent nerf. Because this, like, a lot of her damage comes from her second ability. And damage to so her second ability deals more damage to monsters now. But if it compensates out, so Jungle Morgana is still gonna deal the exact same damage to monsters. They're only buffing the damage to monsters because they nerfed the actual damage, so now it still deals the same to monsters. But mid lane and Dragon Lane Morgana actually got nerfed. Interesting. And then the mana cost is going up as well in the late game. Okay. Rengar, I guess he's gonna get nerfed because NA is playing Rengar all the time. As players have optimized Rengar's build around some of the items and system changes we've made over the last few patches, this cat has scratched up the wrong tree and landed into nerf-worthy territory. Oh god. We're cutting down some of Rengar's early attack damage in order to slightly slow his clear speed in the jungle and reduce some of the power synergy he has with his Sheen items. Damn, that's a pretty substantial nerf. They're just taking away 6 attack damage from Rengar. It's basically like brutal, but then a brutal nerf. Okay, I'm not as good as joking as the people that write this. Seraphine, I don't know. Are they gonna buff? No way they'll buff Seraphine, right? There's no way. No, God, my hair. What? You know what? Screw this stupid cap. My hair looks trash, but I don't care. There's no way they'll buff Seraphine, right? Seraphine played as a carry in either the mid lane or the dragon lane has been significantly stronger. Oh, okay, so they're nerfing her. Significantly stronger than when she's supporting, especially when paired with a duet partner like Sona. Oh, I guess it's because of Sona Seraphine meta. This is like a secret meta, a secret pick that is insanely broken. We're reducing some of her ability power ratios to cut back on how well she skills with items, okay? And giving a small boost to her base damage. So they're buffing her early game, but they're nerfing her late game, effectively nerfing the Seraphine Sona strength, because Seraphine Sona is all about late game. We'll continue to keep a close eye on this rising star and her performance as a support in the coming weeks. So, first ability, flat damage goes up, but she skills less. But this is such a low buff to her flat damage that it's a nerf overall. Like, the 10% AP scaling is much higher than a flat nerf. Third ability is just gonna get an AP nerf. Okay, pretty hard nerf to Seraphine, to be honest. Shen is gonna get nerfed, 100%. Shen's energy regeneration is currently lacking? What? No way, he's getting buffed? Shen's energy regeneration is currently lacking in comparison to his ninja brethren. So we're increasing his passive energy regeneration while cutting back on some of the energy he gains from his passive to bring him more in line with other energy-based champions. He has more passive energy regeneration. Energy gained from damaging champions is going to be less. And first ability energy cost is going to be up. This essentially makes Shen easier to play. So you're going to get more passive energy regen, and attacking an enemy is going to regenerate less. So you're not going to get punished as much by not attacking an enemy. If you understand what I mean, basically it means Shen is easier now. It's going to become easier to play. Sona is going to get nerfed, I can guarantee you that. Sona has been quietly rising in power for quite some time now. Yep. She's been quietly rising. And has recently had some incredible performances alongside specific carries such as Seraphine. We're reducing her ability to sustain and zoom her allies around the map during a mid-game, while making sure to maintain her strong teamfight presence as that's her core strength. So base armor goes down, which will make her even squishier than she already is. The healing of her second ability will go down by a lot, actually. Wow. No, that's a substantial nerf. But the shield, what? The shielding gets buffed? How is this a nerf? Riot, what are you doing? How is this a nerf? This is a buff. This is literally a buff. Because you only heal yourself and one more ally. But the shielding goes on all allies that are close to you. And the shielding got buffed by 30 in the late game. How on earth is this a nerf, guys? How is this a nerf? This is not a nerf. This is a buff. Sona is literally getting buffed right now. Unbelievable. Oh, and then the third ability cooldown is going to get reduced by, or going to increase by 2 seconds. Whatever, this doesn't really matter that much. Well, I guess Sona's even more broken now. Great. Soraka, what are they going to do to Soraka? Compared to her fellow enchantments, Soraka is struggling to keep up. We're improving her ability to reach low health teammates and giving a boost to her rejuvenation healing that she provides to herself and allies. Oh, so the movement speed she gets to allies that are low is going to be 100% bonus instead of 70%, essentially making you twice as fast as you normally are to get to your allies quickly. Oh, the rejuvenation duration is going to be going up from 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds. This is huge. It gives you 0.5 more seconds to heal your ally while not taking any damage yourself. The cooldown of the first ability is also getting reduced. Okay. Total rejuvenation healing is getting buffed. So when you hit your first ability on an enemy, you'll get more healing. Okay. This is a pretty big Soraka buff. Damn. Wow. Didn't expect that one, to be honest. Gameplay changes. So they're changing items. Executioner's Calling. We're making adjustments to Executioner's Calling and Oblivion Orb Dispatch. Both item component costs a decent chunk of gold, while also offering some desirable stats. This has put them in an odd spot, where in some games they're an optimal item to rush because of the stats they provide, but in other games it can be hard to justify buying them purely for the anti-healing, because they cost so much gold. Okay, we're making adjustments to both so that you don't have to kill as many minions to pick up Grievous Wounds early on when you're up against the likes of a Soraka or Dr. Mundo. So they're nerfing the attack damage that Executioner's Calling gives, but they're also making it cheaper. I love this. I love this. So now when you need anti-healing real quick, it's only going to be 800 gold instead of 1000 gold. You'll get less attack damage out of it, but it's worth it. This is nice. This is great. So Infinity Orb, the item Infinity Orb, which crits when an enemy is under 20% health. Rabadon's Deathcap and the Green Book have been popular second and third item pickups for mages. We think Infinity Orb can fit that same role. It just needs a little love. So we're giving it a boost in power from 60 ability power to 65. Okay. Okay, you know, that's nice. It's gonna be buffing champions like Annie, like Evelyn, you know, like Galio as well. But it's okay. Oh god, what is all this about? Ishtali Seed Jar. I still have never seen this item ever being picked up. So, when Ishtali Seed Jar was released, we wanted it to be an item that would empower you to roam around the rift making plays. However, it hasn't been living up to that. We're shifting its stats to be focused more on health and ability haste, rather than resistances, and making some minor changes and adjustments to improve the overall feel of the item. New, 425 health? Okay, that's a lot. 25 ability haste as well. Okay, that's also a lot. 5% movement speed. They're removing 45 armor and 45 magic resist though. The build path is going to be changed. The cost of the item is going to be reduced from 2500 to 2400 gold, effectively making it the cheapest item in the game, I believe. So the passive, this is unchanged. When you or an ally hit a nearby plant, it drops a seed, yeah, that only you can see. You can pick it up and replant that seed at any location of the map. Yeah, we knew that. And then new thing, picking up a seed grants you 40% movement speed. Okay. I still think it's going to be a useless item. Whatever. Last Whisper. We previously nerfed Last Whisper because of the early armor penetration power it granted. But since we've made some other adjustments to the armor penetration system, we feel there is room for us to give Last Whisper some of its powers back. So the cost is going to be less, from 1300 gold to 1100 gold. Okay. Alright. Nice. Just get a quick Last Whisper to get that quick armor penetration, I guess. Oblivion Orb. Yeah, the same change as the Executioner's Calling. So it's like a 25% damage reduction and also a 20% gold reduction. Alright, makes sense. Rylai's Scepter. Compared to other ability power items, Rylai's isn't picking up as much and its slow value is less than Cyrilla's Grudge. So we're buffing it up this patch. What? From 20% to 30%? Singed is gonna be broken. Oh, I'm gonna make a Singed video. What? This is huge. This is huge. From 20% slows to 30%. So when you're playing Singed, your fart gas is going to be slowing all of the enemies by 30%. Wow. And also Morgana is going to be giga buffed because of this. Damn. Wow. All right. What's next? When we reworked Solari Chargeblade during 3.1, we played it safe with its values, makes sense, but we kept a close eye on the item and since then we feel confident in increasing its power for more for all the crit casters out there. So yeah, they're buffing Solari. I guess it makes sense. It's not a major buff, it's just a buff. And then unchanged, this damage can critically strike. Alright, fine. Void Staff. Void Staff has been in an alright spot, but we've noticed it's been performing slightly better in the earlier stages of the game, while not being as strong in the later stages. We're slightly upping its cost and the magic penetration it grants, which makes it a more powerful late game item. From 40% to 45% magic penetration, that is a lot, man. That is a lot though, 45%. And then the gold cost is going to be going up from 2800 gold to 2900 gold. Overall, they're buffing this item because you're only spending 100 gold for 5% magic penetration, which is definitely worth it. Okay. New runes, new domination rune. The domination rune is the second rune. So the runes like brutal and triumph. So let's take a look at, this is the exciting part basically. So Giant Slayer is going to be a new domination rune, which means the second runes. Giant Slayer is a new minor rune that shines when you're facing off against high health targets. When a wild Dr. Mundo appears, consider picking up Giant Slayer to show him a thing or two. You deal bonus damage based on the enemy's champion's bonus health. Up to 10% damage when the enemy champion has 1000% bonus health. So the more bonus health the enemy has, if the enemy has 100 bonus health, you'll deal 1% bonus damage to an enemy champion. And if an enemy champion has 500 bonus health, you know, when he buys like a Starix gauge and items like that, you'll just deal 5% more damage in general to that champion. And when a champion has 1000 bonus health, you'll be dealing 10% bonus damage all the time to that champion. Ooh, that is a very good anti-tank rune. Very, very strong. That is strong. So this rune is useless early game. Reason is because early game no one has health. But once you get to the later game, everyone is going to be building health, even magic carries, right? Like because Leandries, for example, the Lorelei Scepter, there's so many items, you know, even the Green Book, there's so many items that give you health. Only AD items are not going to be building, AD champions are not going to be building as much health. But for example, Starix Gauge is a really good item to build, or sorry, is a really bad item to build against someone who has Giant Slayer. So this is going to be a really strong rune. I can tell you guys this, they're definitely going to nerf this one. This one is insane. So next one, no domination rune. Same story. This is the second rune. Scorch is an early game option for caster champions that want to press their advantage in the laning phase. When you're looking to dominate your lane with spells and burn your foes, Scorch is a rune for you. Dealing ability damage to a champion deals an additional 21 up to 35, depending on your level, magic damage after 1 second. 21 in the early game with a 10-second cooldown. Oriana, Annie, who else? Morgana maybe? Yes, Morgana, Oriana, Annie, Morgana. I'm not sure about who else, but this is gonna be strong. These are some late game champions and it allows you to get to the late game easier. Basically, you can trade very easily with the enemy with this. It's basically like the current Ahri. When you use an aggressive Ahri, right? Like when you play Ahri on Annie or when you play it on Morgana. And when you attack the enemy champion, Ahri goes to the champion. This is basically a stronger Ahri. It deals more damage. Okay, interesting. Nice, I like it. New inspiration rune. This is gonna be the 4th rune inspiration, I believe. Demolish is our latest addition in the tower taking and split push category. It gives fighters and tanks more ways to play out their games and helps them mow down any structures in their team's way. When you really need to get through the enemy base, demolish is the rune of choice. When within 550 range of a turret, 550 range is like double the turret range, or maybe like 1.5 times the turret range, or it is within a turret range. I'm not quite sure, but it's like you have to be quite close to the turret. Within 550 range, change an attack. I think it means charge an attack. I think they made a mistake in typing. Charge an attack over 3 seconds. Attacking the turret discharges the attack, dealing 200 plus 25% of your maximum health bonus adaptive damage. Wow, okay. So if you have like 3000 max health, it's gonna deal 750, so it's gonna do like 950 damage. It's adaptive, so the turret is gonna block like 40% of the damage, so you're gonna be dealing like 600 damage when you're close to the turret. You just gotta get close to the turret, attack some minions, and then boom, it's gonna be like a massive hit on the turret. It does have a 30-second cooldown, however. I still feel this is not worth over Mastermind rune, I guess, but we'll have to see. I don't think it's gonna be worth over the Mastermind rune. Unless you're constantly going to lanes and constantly just quickly poking a turret. It deals a lot of damage if you do that. New inspiration rune. This is also the 4th rune. Nimbus Cloak gives extra mobility in those critical moments after burning large summoner spells cooldowns. When you need some extra zoom to chase down an enemy or get some extra speed to return to the safety of your team after flashing away from danger, Nimbus Cloak is there to grant you extra movement speed. Casting a summoner spell. Summoner spells are Flash, Smite, Ignite, Exhaust, etc, etc. This spell grants you 5% up to 25% based on summoner spell cooldown, bonus movement speed for 2 seconds. Okay, I got it. So if you use Flash, which has like a 2.5-second cooldown, you're going to be getting 25% bonus movement speed. But when you use Smite, which only has like what, like a 45-second cooldown, you're going to be getting significantly less movement speed. So this is not going to be broken in the jungle. Because when you smite an enemy, it's not going to give you as much movement speed as when you use a Flash, for example. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, I wonder how the interaction with Ionian Boots of Lucidity works with this, because if you go for the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, it effectively reduces your summoner spell cooldown, but does it also reduce the bonus movement speed you get from this? Interesting, interesting. I'm not sure, we'll see. New Keystone Rune. This is the big runes. These are the big boys. This is like Conqueror, Fleet Footwork, etc. Lethal Tempo. I've heard so much from this, especially from Stuart, you know, who's an ADC player and he also makes YouTube videos and Twitch streams. He keeps talking about this, like, oh my god, Lethal Tempo is coming out. It's gonna be so good on the ADCs that I'm playing. So let's see what it's all about. Conqueror has been conquering the other runes. Yeah. For a while now. That's correct. We're happy to introduce a new Keystone Rune for attack-based champions. Nice, that can compete. We wanted to bring Lethal Tempo into Wild Rift because of how broadly appealing it is, and how it can open up new build paths that focus on other stats besides attack speed, okay? When attacking enemy champions, gain a stack of attack speed. For melee champions, it's 6 to 12% based on level, attack speed per stack. And for ranged champions, it's 3 to 9% attack speed per stack. 6 stacks maximum. So in the late game, for melee champions, that's like 72% attack speed. What? Okay, that's big. That's big. When you have maximum stacks, you get an additional 30%. So that's 102 attack speed. 102%. What? In the late game. And for ADCs, that's 54, it's 84% attack speed. That is nearly 3 times as much as... What? That's like 2 times more than a Runan's Hurricane, which gives you insane attack speed. This is crazy. But what? Really? Alright. I guess... Alright, when you go for this on Tryndamere, when you go for this on, I don't know, maybe Jinx, maybe? I don't know, it sounds pretty interesting. Another Keystone Rune, Kraken Slayer. Okay, Kraken Slayer is another new keystone we're bringing in for auto attackers that both has interesting situational applications due to its true damage and powerful ratios. And also can be suitable for champions that already have attack speed steroids, attack resets, or on attack effects that may not want to use Lethal Tempo. Every third attack on a champion deals 28 up to 70 based on level, plus 30% AD, plus 20% AP, bonus true damage. Okay. It's basically like Vayne's true damage, right? Like every third attack, but you don't have to hit it on the same enemy. But every third attack on a champion. So you cannot attack a minion 2 times and then attack an enemy champion. Every third attack on a champion. So it's not going to be broken. But it's going to be dealing bonus true damage. And it looks like it's actually going to be quite a decent amount of true damage. Yeah, it's quite a decent amount of true damage. As I said, it's basically like Vayne's true damage, but you don't have to hit the same enemy at the same time. I don't think this is going to be as strong as the Lethal Tempo, however, but this definitely looks pretty strong. And your stacks only last for 3 seconds? So, yeah, you have to hit them within those 3 seconds. I don't think this is going to be a strong one. On-hit effects do not add a stack, but can trigger the full stack damage, okay? Kraken Slayer does not have a cooldown. Yeah, of course it doesn't. Imagine if it did. It already doesn't sound that good to me. New Resolve rune. Resolve is the 3rd rune. Ultimate Shield. Ultimate Shield is a new option for champions looking to go in with their ultimate cooldowns like Cannon or Morgana. When you need some extra durability in that critical moment, Ultimate Shield is a strong choice. Okay. After casting your ultimate, you gain a shield for 90 up to 300 for 3 seconds. Nah. I mean, actually, no, that's fine. That's fine. On Cannon, You go in with cannon. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's pretty good, actually. You go in with cannon and you ult. Is there any other champions that could make use of this? It has a 45-second cooldown. Maybe Annie? Maybe Annie? Maybe Aurelion Soul? He like... No, it's only good on champions that like all in with their ult. Maybe Rammus, right? Like, because Rammus ults in. These types of champions, I guess. The types of champions that like to ult into a fight. They can use this. All right, interesting. New Resolve rune as well. This is also the third rune. Like the green runes. We wanted to give carry champions a scaling option in the Resolve tree. So we're adding Nullifying Orb. When you want to build aggressively, but need some extra defenses in dangerous scenarios, try out Nullifying Orb. If you take damage from a champion that causes your health to fall below 35% health, gain a shield that absorbs 80 plus 50% AD and 30% AP. What? But that's crazy. That's a lot. That's a big shield. That's a big ass shield. Oh, it has a 60-second cooldown. Ah, that's why. Got it. This is insane against assassins. This is absolutely insanely good against assassins. Like, wow, this is a good rune against assassins. When you're up against the Evelynns, when you're up against the Rengar, this is the rune that you want to be running in the mid lane. Or as the Dragon Laner. Nice. Rune changes. Grasp of the Undying. We fixed the tooltip. Wait, what? Grasp of the Undying is not an inspiration rune. What? Grasp of the Undying is a keystone rune. What are they talking about? Am I stupid here, or? Grasp of the Undying is definitely a keystone rune. We fixed the tooltip, and for Grasp of the Undying, it will now correctly state that its combat trigger delay is 3 seconds instead of 4 seconds. Okay, it's the same, it's just a bug. Inspiration, Mastermind. They're changing Mastermind. Mastermind has been a neutral rune that was a good option for when you wanted to focus on taking both turrets or neutrals objectives, yeah. But with the introduction of Demolish, we're splitting these up and Mastermind will be focused on just neutral objectives. Oh, okay. So bonus damage is, if you go for Mastermind, it's not going to be dealing bonus damage to turrets anymore. I was just going to say, because Mastermind made much more sense to go compared to the other one that dealt damage. So now they're taking away the turret damage you get from Mastermind, so you're forced to be building Demolish if you want to take turrets. Nice, I like this. So now you only deal bonus damage to epic monsters, which is dragons, red heralds, and barons. The gold you get from it though is 100 gold now, not 40 extra gold. Nice, good one for junglers. Gold gained on taking or assisting in epic monsters or turret, gold gained, yeah, only epic monsters. Okay, interesting. Fleet footwork, there's still more. How long is the video already? Wow, 37 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry guys, let me just go through it. They're changing fleet footwork. Fleet footwork has mostly been the go-to choice in players' loadouts when they are looking to have some extra lane sustain. Yeah, that's right. We're looking to broaden that by reducing some of the lane sustain it provides and introducing a new mana or energy payout for attacking champions. Okay. Minion healing. So when you hit a minion, you're going to be healing less now. As a melee champion, it's going to be 60% healing instead of 100%. Big nerf. 20% healing for ranged instead of 30. Again, big nerf. But if you hit an enemy champion, it's still going to be 100%. New thing. Restore 8% missing mana or energy when triggered against a champion. What? Isn't that the broken, my man? Isn't that the broken? Like, how broken is this on Singed? What? This is so crazy. How broken is it going to be on Akali? What am I seeing? This is way too good. Some of these runes are way too good now. This is crazy. Fleet footwork is going to be so good. Also on Camille. Okay. All right. Interesting. So what else are we seeing change? Jungle. Red Brambleback and Blue Sentinel. Is that red buff and blue buff? Starting your clears by slaying red buff has been the dominating choice for most junglers because of its favorable resistances and the immense power the true damage burn provides. Yeah. When clearing through the rest of your camps, we're decreasing some of that power it provides as a clearing tool for junglers and also making a few other adjustments to the red buff. We wanted to make a few minor changes to blue buff as well and make it more powerful for early clearing so it can be a more competitive camp to red buff. I like this. So, new effect, Crest of Cinders. You deal 50% damage against non-champion units. Okay, so the true damage that it does is going to be halved against non-champion units. So Dragon, Rift Herald, minions, jungle camps, anything. So it's going to be reducing your jungle clear when you start with the red buff. The red buff now has 0 magic resist. The health is increased by 20%, however. Wait, but no changes to armor, which means it's just going to be harder to take. It's just going to be harder to take by AD champions. Okay. Evolved Crest of Cinder. Oh, yeah. So the evolved red buff is also going to be dealing less damage to non-champion units. Okay. Oh, and the same change. So it's going to be tankier. It's going to have more health, but less magic resistance. So it's going to be easier to take for someone like Evelynn, I guess. Interesting. So blue buff. Crest of Insight, blue buff. So it restores... Oh, so they're changing... It used to restore 10 plus 1% max mana or 1% max energy per second to now 10 plus 1% max mana and then 5 plus 1% max energy. Okay, so it's going to be significantly better on energy champions like Shan, Akali, etc, etc. Okay, nice. Removed. When out of combat for 5 seconds, it restores missing health. Oh, they're removing that? They're removing that? Okay. Oh, and it now just grants 15 ability haste. That's a nerf. This is huge. This used to be huge. I guess this is a nerf for low elo players, and for high elo players, it's just a change. Because 15 ability haste is still a decent amount, but not being able to heal up definitely hurts a lot. Blue Sentinel, I think that's the buffed one. Oh no, that's the still... Yeah. Oh, so they're nerfing... Wait, what? They're nerfing the magic resist of the red buff and the armor of the blue buff because AD champions prefer to take the red buff and mages prefer to take the blue buff. I like this. I like how they're thinking. Okay, that's nice. My hair is so messy. All right. The evolved one is gonna gain you, instead of gaining 20 ability haste, it gives you 15 ability haste. It's going to be restoring more mana and energy as well. It now also gives you ultimate ability haste. So you're going to get 15 ability haste and another 15 ultimate ability haste. That's a lot of ability haste on your ultimate. Damn. Wow. And then the same... Wait, what? They're taking away magic resist from the normal red buff. They're taking away magic resist from the buffed red buff. They're taking away armor from the normal blue buff. And then they're taking away magic resist again from the buffed blue buff. Okay, interesting. During our tests of Elemental Rift, we've had the first major objective spawn a little later. We've heard a lot of your feedback about how much you've been enjoying these changes, so we're going to go ahead and put those into the core game. Additionally, we're making Rift Herald less rewarding, nice, immediately, so that more of Rift Herald's power comes from how you use it, rather than just getting a huge gold spike. First spawn of the Dragon and Rift Herald goes to 5 minutes, nice! Oh, that is nice. That's gonna change the whole game. And this is so nice, actually. But, Riot, you have to be careful here. Because this is buffing every single late game champion in the game. This is buffing every single late game champion in the game. If you ask me why, it's obvious. Well, it's not obvious, sorry. If you ask me why, it's because every objective is going to get shifted by 1 minute, except for the Baron. So late game champions get buffed. They have more time to farm up. Rift Herald gives you less gold now. Instead of 250 gold, now only gives you 125 local gold. Nice, that's good, because Rift Herald was way too broken. Smite. We made some adjustments to try and help caster junglers out, but they're still struggling compared to attack-based junglers, so we're making another small adjustment to Smite to buff up skill damage in the jungle. So I assume this means more skill damage, so like Evelynn, Gragas deal more damage to jungle, I guess. There is still more? Really? Control wards. We're releasing control wards as a third trinket option. Oh, so we have sweepers and we have wards, and now we're gonna get control wards too. This is good against camouflage champions like Evelynn or Teemo. Control wards also offer area vision denial plus potential long-term vision, but there can only be one control ward on the map per player. and they are harder to defend due to them not being stealthed. Okay, so control wards, the enemies can just see the control wards. You place a visible ward that grants vision on its surroundings and reveals stealthed units and wards. So it provides true vision. And true vision means you'll see everything and anything. So when an Akali goes into her second ability and you place down on a control ward, you can see the Akali. You can see all mushrooms, all Jinn traps, all wards, everything. And I believe it gives the same... I'm not sure if it actually denies vision from the enemy. So if you're taking the dragon, I'm not sure if it does the same as the red helicopter, the sweeper. Because you know when you use a sweeper over the dragon and the enemy tries to ward, they still can't see because the sweeper turns the wards off. I'm not sure if the control ward is going to do the same. If it does, it's going to be super duper powerful. If it doesn't, it's just going to be okay. So it has 3 health, lasts until destroyed or replaced. Wait, what? Lasts until destroyed or replaced. So if the enemy doesn't attack it, it stays forever. Am I correct? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Oh, but then it's not stealth. That's why. So it just stays forever until it's destroyed or replaced. And you can only have 1 on the map per player. Okay. Tenacity. We're changing the tenacity formula to be multiplicative instead of additive to reduce the effectiveness of stacking tenacity. Tenacity is now multiplicative instead of additive. For example, if a champion has 2 sources of 30% tenacity, the crowd control duration will now be 49% instead of 40%. Oh god. As if, like, tenacity was already not good. Why are they nerfing it even further? Because like now when you get the Hunter Titan and the Mercury's threats, it's really bad. Or when you get the Sterix gauge and it buffs your shielding and gives you tenacity, it's gonna stack much less if you have other tenacity on top of it. Alright, interesting. I don't like it, but it's a whatever. Extra bits. With the addition of the new Keystone and minor runes, we've made adjustments to recommended loadouts for several champions. Okay, added push. This doesn't really matter. Yeah. Actually, wait. You'll now be able to find Death's Dance, Guardian Angel, and Sterix Gauge in both the attack and defense section of your shop. Nice, that's a good quality of life change, actually. Alright, guys. That is it for this long-ass video. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to be making an Ekko guide very, very soon as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.